time, least of all the local. Lived a monster. Lived a monster.
1/4 of all the iron ore used by the U.S. for World War I and II. The mine was first established in 1892 and it started off as a deep underground mine, but eventually it seemed to be a better choice to build an open pit mine since so much of the ore was scattered. It almost looks like a man-made version of the Grand Canyon as the iron turns a reddish-brown color when it's exposed to oxygen. New cities were built to accommodate the workers here.
Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed media reports just before Christmas that it had secretly accessed location data for 33 million mobile devices to monitor the movement of Canadians during COVID-19. That number represents roughly 87% of the population who were spied on without any knowledge that the government was accessing their data. Public Health Agency of Canada officials were forced to admit this had occurred after a request for proposal was published with a call for interest in continuing a program of collecting data for up to 5 more years. There are a few points I want to make on this. First, no one knew that PHAC was collecting their data and for what purpose. So, why was it done in secret? The request for proposal to continue this program appeared on December 17th, 2021, the day after Parliament adjourned for the holidays. It is set to expire January 21st, 2022, 10 days before Parliament is set to return, leaving no time during this period for questions to be asked by parliamentarians before it is too late. Third, what measures are being put in place to protect de-identified information from being re-identified? It should not be lost on anyone that PHAC's request for proposal is being undertaken without any indication that this was about to occur, with no ability for parliamentary scrutiny to determine what this information has been used for, what outcomes the agency and by extension the government is hoping to achieve to mitigate the damage being done by COVID in our communities, and what protections are in place to ensure that the privacy of Canadians has been and will be protected under this program.
I've been violated!
Author of Pandemic Surveillance and former Director of Surveillance Studies Center at Queen's University
I've been violated!
Privacy experts and advocates.
How often have I been violated?
For massive surveillance surge on many levels, not only for public health, but also for monitoring those working, shopping, and learning from home. Ryan also stated that there's evidence coming in from many sources from countries around the world that what was seen as a huge surveillance surge post 9/11 is now completely upstaged by pandemic surveillance. Last week, I wrote the Canada's Privacy Commission to investigate the reports that have surfaced and the request for proposal. I asked that an investigation be launched into the fact that PHAC tracked and collected mobile data of Canadians without their knowledge and their plans to continue this practice for up to the next 5 years. It's uncertain to me and many others whether the Privacy Commission was even aware that this was occurring, because in a report in the National Post, the Office of the Privacy Commissioner said, and I quote, "It is following up with PHAC to obtain more information about the proposed initiative." This gives us every indication that the OPC was not even aware of what PHAC and the government were doing and what they plan to do. This causes us great concern, as it should every Canadian. This morning, 4 members of the Ethics Committee, including Vice Chair, Bloc Québécois MP René Villemure, wrote to the Chair of the Committee, Pat Kelly, to ask that a meeting of the Ethics Committee be immediately convened to study what has occurred during the surveillance and to understand better the request for proposal that expires on January 21st, 2022. As I said in my letter to the Commissioner, Canadians expect that their elected officials will ensure that there is appropriate oversight for any such program that may be required, that there is data rendered permanently unidentifiable and is only collected for as long as is absolutely necessary. It is vital that we do not allow the COVID response to create permanent backslide of the rights and freedoms of Canadians, including their fundamental right to privacy.
Wow. How do you feel about that, eh? We all have been violated.